are on, and the red lights are off, and we go racing for the restart. It's a good start for Brian Uriarte, a great start for Rico Salmela, who looks for a move at turn one. He can't get that one made though. The doctor's dangle all the way into turn one. Marco Morelli round the outside, on the inside now, but Rico Salmela toughing it out towards turn three, and the 27. He does hold on to it. Second position now from P3 on the grid. Joel Esteban trying to pick up some positions further down the order. He's already ahead of his teammate Sullivan Mountsie. So Mountsie dropping back a few positions there on the start of things, but can he follow his teammate through the field? As Brian Uriarte leads away from Rico Salmela, Marco Morelli in third position. A couple riders running very, very wide on the exit of turn 6.
Running very wide on the exit of turn 6 indeed, on the blue, so it won't be an issue. Morelli looking up the inside back into P2 at turn 8, but Salmela, can he hold it around the outside? He can't. Morelli takes position, and that is David Gonzalez as well, ahead of the Finnish rider. The number 27 was forced wide, now responding into turn 10.
Now Rico Salmela looking to reclaim third position. He has made that one work. Can he get in some slipstream now though this time around? Veda Pratama following him. The 54 just behind Jesus Rioff in P6. Now we come through Cavoni for the first time of asking who's going to be in the slipstream, who's going to be looking for a move down towards turn 13 and 14 now. And what a move we see there from Gonzalez, making his way for the field. A little bit of contact maybe there, but a big nevertheless, and that's going to force Pratama now to drop behind Rioff and now lose yet another position. This is going to be a short and snappy race. We come towards to make it 6 laps to go in just 1 corner's time.
Yeah, plenty of riders on the green on that opening lap there. We see Gonzalez and Salmela. Well, Gonzalez was very wide there through the final corner. Jesus Rios is all over the back of the number 11. Morelli challenging Uriarte into turn 1, not able to make the move as Gonzalez heads into P3.
Now Pratama up the inside, setting up Jesus Rios, and now all the way he loses a position, potentially going to lose another position now to the likes of Joel Esteban and Evan Belford behind Sullivan Mountsie. Just at the back of this group, you have a big group forming at the head of things. So far 5, 6, 7 riders. Rico Salmela is down. Rico Salmela has crashed out of race 1. On lap 2 of this restart, the 27 has hit the deck and now running to pick up his bike. The battle will continue at the head of things. Brian Uriarte does continue to lead the way. Now for Marco Morelli. Of course, Rico Salmela second in the championship. A massive points blow this time out.
Costly points blow for the number 27. It looks like he is potentially trying to rejoin the race. I was just about to say, the scrapping behind Uriarte and Morelli was allowing those two to break away, and there is a bit of a gap between the top 2 and Gonzalez, who's about half a second back. We just see what happens here. Just look like maybe potentially on the curb, the bike a bit unsettled, and Salmela crashing out.
Yeah, the bike gave him a few warnings, I think it's fair to say, but at turns 3 and turns 4, it's so tricky. Turns 4 and 5 actually, it's so tricky to save anything because you're constantly on that side of the tyre. As we see the live championship standings, 42 points. Salmela is now back, and well, Casey O'Gorman, if he has a good ride, of course, now already inside the points, P12 as things stand, potentially Casey O'Gorman could overtake the likes of Salmela depending on how well he does in this race, certainly by the end of the day.
Yeah, O'Gorman, will look to keep moving up the order. I'd say up to 12th already, up to 11th actually. He's just got ahead of Puglisi to move into P11. Uriarte defending from Morelli. Gonzalez has closed that gap up actually. He was a 10th quicker than Morelli on that last lap and 2 tenths quicker than Uriarte. So Gonzalez is not out of this, but he has dropped Pratama in P4. Yeah,
Pratama now has dropped back, and Jesus Rioff just behind him with Joel Esteban also going to be looking for a way through. Joel Esteban made so much time up in the first couple of laps, especially on the first start of things, but this is where it begins to get tricky. You get towards the riders you usually are battling with, as Marco Morelli has a look up the inside. He thinks better of it this time around at turn 8, but Esteban, this is where it gets tricky because he's going against people he's been racing with all season long.
Not just that, but the pace at the front is, we're just seeing, Pratama up the inside of Jesus Rios at turns 9 and 10. He's wide. Rios has the chance to cut back onto the run into Cavani, and it looks like he is back ahead of the number 9.
Yeah, he's back through as things stand. Pratama demoted 1 position down to P5 at the moment. He has some slipstream. Is he going to look for a response, or is it going to be Joel Esteban on the attack? We're not going to have to wait too much longer to find out. They head into the braking zone now towards the likes of turn 14. Brian Uriarte, another moment there on the front. Nothing to worry about just yet. Turn 15. towards the front. And then heavy on the brakes once more into Misano corner, turn 16, the final turn. Casey O'Gorman off the track once again, the background, onto the green. And that's going to be another strike to his tally. He's not going to want to do that too many more times.
No, he really is not going to. He is, well, he's just in the top 10 now. Looks like he's just lost out to Munanyane for P9. At the front, Uriarte still defending from Morelli. He's not able to break away from Morelli or Gonzalez behind. It is very much a freeway fight for the win. They are more than a second clear of Rins
4. It's going to be interesting to see or know by the end of the race if he's been told that Riku Salmela's crashed out. Of course, it's his main rival so far this season. How much does he dare to risk, or did the team just let him in? Because right now he's pushing to the absolute limit over the line, 89,000 head by over Marco Morelli. And Marco Morelli, of course, he's raced in even Grand Prix World Championship as a wildcard or replacement rider. Now he's beginning to show his experience as he looks for the even ride at turn 10.
Slotting in behind him, just keeping P2, but keeping the slipstream on the run into Caverna. Uriarte going very defensive on that run into turn 11. It was interesting seeing the two different lines the pair have taken all race, and in the first race as well, through turns 9 and 10. Morelli generally taking a slightly tighter line than the number 51.
Now I do see Boggio dropping down the timing screen, so hopefully nothing wrong with him, as we do see actually turn 10 crash. So number 47 becoming our first victim of turn 10 so far this weekend, and there is Dodo Boggio in the gravel. You can just see the long lap penalty on the outside of the circuit, but so easy to do, so easy to lose the front through there, and you can't blame him on this short race. It's maximum attack, and will we see attack this time around with this lap from Marco Morelli for the lead?
He was having a look at turn 1 but couldn't make the move. Just looking at the lap times, virtually the same between Uriarte and Morelli. Gonzalez around a tenth slower this time, so the top two looking to break away, although it looks like Uriarte on that short run into turn 4 was making his own break.
Yeah, he's very quick in that first sector alone. I think that's fair to say. It's going to be interesting to see what sector times are. But now exiting turn 6 on the power once more. Jesus Rioff just ahead of Veda Pratama. Casey O'Gorman only up into P9 as things stand, just behind Sullivan Mountsie. Up the inside though goes Veda Pratama. Up the inside he goes. Number 9 makes the move work. Will it be a response from Rioff? Yes, it will. But will he run wide? Can he carry all the corner speed that is needed towards turn 9? They'll go side by side yet again. The 54 does look up the inside of Pratama, but thinks better of it, and he'll just slot him behind because 3 laps remain, then not too much to stress about. That is actually O'Gorman further back, just ahead of Sullivan Mountsie. But it's a 6-wheeler at the front. It's a 6-wheeler in the battle for P4 as well. What more can you ask for in Junior GP Race 1? Deliver him once more.
It's been an incredible race so far. We're looking at the battle for P4. Pratama leading Rios and Jonas. We mentioned earlier, Esteban not able to make that progress from P6. He's there, but the pace is so similar at the front between the top 3 and P4 to P6 running their own race. Pratama's just, well, on the last lap was in the 142s, whereas everyone else was in the 141s. So maybe holding up the riders behind him at this point.
Yeah, exactly. But it's going to be tricky to get past them. You didn't mention how tricky some of the corners are here at Misano to get through. Some of them you have to follow behind and just try to get a better drive into a better overtaking opportunity, like we seen last time around at turn 8. But Jesus Rios not able to do it this time around. Plenty of moves being made further down the order. Uriarte fastest lap of the race, the new best race lap as well. So clear that Uriarte is pushing on. But Marco Morelli able to keep tabs on him. Perhaps Gonzalez has dropped back a little bit, but certainly the 97, he's looking strong, and the battle is not over yet.
It's not. Gonzalez was 2 tenths slower than Uriarte on that lap, so it looks like he potentially doesn't have enough to go with him. Morelli was a tenth slower, but he's still all over the back of the number 51. The fight for the win is not over yet with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, it's not over just yet. Marco Morelli looking initially on the outside, then on the tighter line, just trying to get a better drive out of turn 10. Use all the slipstream that is possible as we now build up speed towards Carvone. We're on the penultimate lap of things. Next time around, it will be the final lap of the race. Marco Morelli building for a move here. Can he make it work? The 97 using all the slipstream, tucking in absolutely everything he could on that back straight, but he slots in behind and keeps his powder dry as we prepare for the final lap. It's going to be fireworks because Marco Morelli, he's not going to finish this race without at least 1 chance of victory.
He's not. He will look for any opportunity he can. Just to note, Gonzalez has, in that third sector, just closed the gap up a little bit. He's lost it through that final sector, Morelli was on the blue there on the exit of turn 16. Not a problem as long as he didn't touch the green. Doesn't have a look at turn 1, so that's one opportunity going. But Morelli faster than Uriarte on that lap by a 1/10 of a second.
Yeah, the fastest lap of the race. Another new best race lap. This is a hot pace at the front of the field. Where is the move going to come? Marco Morelli is not going to finish second lying down. He's going to look for any opportunity through. Junior GP, we can see champions are born here. Now Marco Morelli is going to prove what he can do on this final lap. The 97 in the slipstream. Will he pull out heading towards turn 8? Heavy on the brakes. We go now, and he does look up the inside. Releases the brake, but has to think better of it. Brian Uriarte had a big look behind. He knows how close Marco is as towards turn 9 and 10, and then building up speed once more.
This run through turn, Morelli, is he going to? No, he can't quite get it done. Uriarte was very wide, even for his standards, through turn 10. Now it's all about the run through turn 11, 12, and 13 to set up a move into 14. Morelli is close, but is he close enough into Curva del Carro to make that move?
David Gonzalez still sitting there in third position. If anything happens in this final sector, he's going to be here to pick up the pieces. Brian Uriarte leads the way, just a few more corners to go. Gonzalez down the inside he goes at turn 14. He thinks better of it though. Is that going to mess up Marco Morelli's momentum? We'll wait for the field to appear, and Brian Uriarte does lead the way still. Heading into final corner, it's going to be a drag race to the line. You would think Brian Uriarte holds on to it. The 51 to the line we go now, and who's it going to be? It looks like it's Marco Morelli. Marco Morelli has picked it at the line. 75 thousandths of a second. Brian Uriarte in P2. And well, David Gonzalez in third. Everything changing on the exit of that final corner. So impressive from Morelli. He timed that perfectly. He just waited until the final corner. And well, everything was on the run to the line. Brian Uriarte will be kicking himself for that one, but I don't think he's going to be terribly upset once he finds out that he still has increased his points margin over the likes of Rico Salmela in this one, especially after Salmela crashing out. Casey O'Gorman as well, just going through there. He crossed the line down in 9th. Not really able to make up too many positions there on that last lap. But the podium has been confirmed. Brian Uriarte will finish this one in second place. A good race